Caw, caw. Wait, that's not what dragons sound like. What do dragons sound like? I don't know. They sound like reviewing. Wait, reviewing stuff. There we go. All right. So today we're reviewing stuff. Who'd have guessed? The dragon guessed. He guessed right. That looked like he was breathing, reviewing stuff. All right. So today we're going to be reviewing some estimation. And the thing we're going to be reviewing today is to Fred or not to Fred. All right, so do y'all remember what Fred was? Let me remind you. All right, so Fred, front, end, digit. It's our Fred, right? Our front end digit. Sometimes my words come together and that looks like fruit, but that's front. All right, so front end digit. So what we were doing with the front end digit, let's say that we have a number like 127, and we are going to multiply that times 31. All right, so this week, so far, and last week, we have been estimating to the front end digit. So the front end digit is the digit at the front end of the number. We've been estimating to the Fred. All right, so when we've been doing that, we were like, okay, well, is 127 closer to 100 or is it closer to 200? And we're like, well, 127 is like somewhere like right there. So hot diggity dog, we're going to say it's about 100, right? And then 30, we're like, is that closer? Or 31, is that closer to 30 or 40? And we're like, I say it's closer to 30. It's about 30, right? It's 1 off from 30. It's 9 off from 40. It's closer to 30. So then we're like, let's do some estimation with a zeros trick. Let's find out a good estimate. So we multiplied the digits that were not 0, 1 times 3, and you got 3. And then counted the zeros. There were 3 zeros. 1, 2, 3. So there's our front end digit, our Fred estimate, right? But you might be asking yourself, is there a better way? Is there a more accurate way? And you know what? I'm glad you asked that question because there is. There is a more accurate way. Check this out. This is to not Fred. All right. So this time we're not going to Fred. We are going to still round to the nearest, or I mean, estimate in the tens for 31 because it's obviously close to 30. But this time, instead of rounding or estimating to the Fred, we are going to try and get the closest digit right there. All right, that's our tens digit, just like we did down here. So we're going to ask ourselves, is 127 closer to 100 or 130? Or 120 or 130? 127 is around there, so we would say that that's about 130. All right, so now we're looking at 130 and 30, which you might be saying is a little bit harder to do because we can't do the zeros trick quite as easy. We could still do 13 times 3. 13 times 3 is 39, but if we don't want to do it like that, let's say that we're not there yet. We're like, Mr. Johnson, I'm not quite confident enough to do that in my head yet. That's fine. Let's use that box method, all right? So 100 plus 30, and then there's 30, right? So I took this number right here and I split it up into the place values right there, and this number is fine staying right there. It's fine. It's fine. All right, so let's try something. Let's use our zeros trick. 3 times 1 is what? 3. And then how many zeros? 3 zeros. So we already have 3,000 right there. And then let's use our zeros trick again to do 30 times 30. So 3 times 3 is 9. And there were 2 zeros. So if I add those two numbers, now my estimation is quite different. So here's the thing. One of these estimations is going to be closer to our actual number. And unfortunately, it's not Fred. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to do the math when we come back. And we're going to check and see how close we were without Fred. I'll see you in a bit.